Hey, good evening. It's Sandy Shellis with Environmental Coffee House, and I didn't plan this tonight. I I have a lot on my mind, so I thought I would come on live and we'll talk about it. And amid all of the issues, which one who is on social media comes about seeing every day, the one the issue that really gets to me is our melting Arctic, the heat. Uh, Today, Tom Hartman, I was listening in the car. I had to go somewhere. He had a guy on, and I didn't prepare with this, but he wrote a book about polar bears. And you know the controversy out there. People are saying, oh, no, the polar bear populations are great. And he was talking about up in Canada. I think it was Manitoba. But all this got me thinking. I came home and I saw Nicholas Humphrey's post on the heat, and I thought, this is what should be on everyone's lips. Everyone should be talking in the whole wide world about what's happening up there. And instead, it's masks. I mean, I'm not minimizing the pandemic. I'm not minimizing any of these issues. The politics in the world, I'm not minimizing the fact that, well, the United States, how can I minimize it? The United States people are still arguing over mask wearing. But basically, I also wanted to get some input. I know nobody expected me on, so I don't know if I can get this input on my audio. I can see the audio. I don't know. I had problems last night. So I would like some input if anybody can give me input, or I'm just going to have to listen to myself. Oh, I can't see the chat on here. So good evening. I actually can't see. Cheryl Hewitt. I don't know what happened to the chat that comes up. You know, I've been having so many software problems. I'm gonna tell you guys, it's really, really frustrating. I guess I'm frustrated with everything, everything. So I see CB's with us and Laughing Dog. Hi, everybody, and my audio is okay. I hope. Because last night I had problems with my interview with Nicole Sandler. I can't believe that the comments are not showing up on here. I'm using the Restream app and I'm going to check it again. It's really getting frustrating. I had to relog into everything that I was. Oh my God. It's just nothing's working right. I had to restream into everything. Again, everything. I don't know what happened on my laptop, but it's really frustrating. So it was kind of like a little test today uh, that I could see why I can't see the chat is what I'm looking at now. Nope, that's a message. There is a chat on this restream. There's a whole thing, and what it does is it brings your chat into Ecamm Live, which is technically what I use. And I'm just so frustrated, but it is good to see so many people here and that I sound great. Oh, Mark Roche, I can't put any of your comments up either because this thing is not showing me where the hell my chat is. Let's see. Nope, it is just not. Usually it shows me where the chat is. There's a bot, and Restream will do that, but I had to log into everything. So hell if I know where the chat is. Honest to God. I'm looking at myself on it. I see all of the stuff on it. And where is the chat? So I have to use my phone. I didn't even know that would happen. So anyway, we're going to go on because I'm not going to fart around with this. With all of the things happening, which I told you, listening to Donald Dumbass and just the ridiculousness of life. Life is absurd. Life is ridiculous. And yeah, Kim, go back to the old way. Oh, I'll figure it out. It's just it's the software. Nothing is working right. Last night, I listened to the playback of my interview with Nicole, and it was awful. So I have no idea what happened with that. It's always a learning experience with all this shit. Uh, which is kind of why I went on tonight. Also because I'm going to set the premise, the stage for tomorrow night with tomorrow night's show, which I'm going to make at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern with Jim Massa from Science Talk with Jim Massa on YouTube. And tonight I am just going to do that. And I can't believe I can't put up any of your chats. This is pissing me right the frig off. Everything's pissing me off today. I had a picture. Let's see if I can get the picture that I wanted. Oh, it's not even here. Darn it. I wanted to put a picture up. I think I put it in the preview. It's just the mood. Like just the mood you get into. Look at the world. The world is this today. I feel like the world is just one big garbage bag. That's what I feel like. It's just one big garbage bag spinning on an axis. It's just spinning on an axis. And this is the one I've shown you before. This, which is the Arctic before and the Arctic after. I've got articles, and I'm going to quickly go through them to set up for tomorrow. And hello, Jean. It's so great to see you all on my phone chat that I can't use here because my chat bot. Goodbye, chatbot. I don't see it. Well, I wonder if maybe I could see on this thing. No. There's a lot of software, and I have not a friggin' clue. If I screw with it, I'm not going to screw with it. I'll figure it out next time. I guess you guys can live without seeing your names up here, which is what I like to do. So I'm going to start out with this really wild article. Let me set it up. That I saw. I belong to all these Facebook groups and Sam Carana, Kevin Hester, Jim McHenry is always on them. These are all amazing people, and I look at. I glance through, I see what's important. I know that there's a video I want to watch that I'm going to watch by Michael Dowd. He actually asked me for some feedback, which I will give, I definitely will give. But this one, let's start out with all the other crap that's going on. Physicists say there's a 90% chance civilization will soon collapse. You think? Do you think civilization's gonna collapse? I listened to the amazing atheist TJ. Guy's got 1 million subs, and he had his latest was Why I Love 2020. Telling you, go give it a listen. He is like a comedian, but he's a commentator. Why I Love 2020, and basically it's because we're strapped in, aren't we? We're strapped in. We're watching this show. We're watching a show. But why is this not on the mainstream media? Although I have to say, I haven't watched much mainstream media. So I can't tell you if MSNBC or CNN or Fox or any of them have reported on what's going on with heat. They might have, and I missed it because obviously I don't sit there and watch television. I'm doing things outside. And when you're outside and you're laying on a yoga mat to fix your garden so you don't hurt yourself, headset comes in handy. Put the phone there and you can listen to the shows and you can listen to the videos and you can do all that. So this is a good one. Physicists say there's a 90% chance. Okay, 90%. I think there's a 100% chance. But hi, Matt Nelson. I see that you're on with us. All right. So anyway, this article, again, I'm not going to read them all because I'm setting us up for tomorrow night's discussion. And then, of course, Sunday night, Jennifer and I continue with the news of the week. But I couldn't help myself because I just needed to do this. I needed to come on. I needed to talk to you guys about, my frustration on why this is not on everybody's lips. We're so distracted by Donald Trump. We're so distracted by the United States. We're so distracted by Vladimir Putin. We're so distracted by China and the crap that's sold in the dollar stores, and we're so distracted by everything and all the arguing and all of the fighting and the civil war that's going to be started in the United States because of these moron mercenaries that were dumped into Portland and Seattle, and they're supposed to leave. But anyway, I see Chris. No, is it Jean? Is she on tonight? Natural Progressive. It's Wednesday. I thought she does Names of Doom, but I just was jumping on quick. I don't like to interfere. But so if humanity continues down its current path, civilization as we know it is heading towards irreversible collapse in a matter of decades. Now, of course, there are those that contend that it's not a matter of decades. All right. Thank you, Dee Dee. Chris is not on tonight. I'll call her later because it's earlier. I'll call her after this. So I didn't even realize that. Okay. So according to research which is published in a journal called Scientific Reports, and this models out our future based on current rates of deforestation and other resource use. And Motherboard reported that even the rosiest projections in the research show a 90% chance of catastrophe. So here we are. We're going to be, in a sense, WASF, right? But this is not the mainstream media. But I do have some articles from the mainstream media. Hi, Dolores. Hi, Jean. Hi, Ryan. Stephen Davidson. Ryan says we are lucky we have endless wars going. Well, isn't that what the United States does? You know, that's what we do. We keep endless wars going. We keep an endless chain of high school students going into the military. So here we are, the last gasp. This was penned by physicists from the Alan Turing Institute and the University of Tarapacá. They predict that deforestation will claim the land forest on Earth in between 100 and 200 years. I'm not going to argue with physicists. I'm relaying the information. And hello, Rich, Diana, and Wade in. And Rich says, Guy says we're all gone by 2026. He also says nobody likes him. Or was that take a dump? It was take a dump. I heard it today. I can't even do it today. I can't do it. I can't do it. All right, we're not. We're going to do this. I can't talk Trump today. Because if I start, I won't stop. Okay? At least today. There's so much upsetting me about things. My family. And arguing with my family who are cult members. I should say my husband's family, not my family. So basically, here we go. It's unrealistic to imagine that human society would start to be affected by the deforestation only when the last tree would be cut down. Oh, isn't that nice? So in light of that, these two predict society as we know it could end within 20 to 40 years. And isn't that what about, isn't that what we say? 20 to 40 years? Maybe. Is that being, see if the chat came on. Nope, didn't come on. Is that being generous? 20 to 40 years. And it sounds alarmist, right? But everything points to it. It just does. So, I mean, sorry, but it does. It does. It does point to it. So here, let's go on to the next one. And again, I'm not going to read them all. I just wanted to go through things because I'm setting us up for tomorrow night with Jim. And please bring your questions, 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. Jim's very knowledgeable. I cannot believe I have not been live with Jim yet. And he used to pop up on the NP, Chris's show, The Natural Progressive, and I really want to have this pick his brains. I'm sitting here, I'm giving you this news that I found. This is the Barron's Observer. I believe this might have been the one Nicholas had. Sea ice extent in the Arctic reaches historical low in July. So a lot of the scientists have been screaming about this, but I would doubt that if I talk to any one of my friends, they would know what the fuck was going on. Not my friends that are you friends, and not my friends that I know that are into all this. That into all this. This is life. They wouldn't know. And if they did know, they wouldn't give two shits because they're waiting for the next tweet from the racist piece of shit we have in our government sitting in the White House. So this is about and this is the Polar Star, which Jennifer and I have reported on. How many shows did we do on the Polar Star? So interesting. And when COVID came and the whole crew, everything had to be changed because of the pandemic, but they are still there and they are still researching. So they said the sea ice retreat has been especially pronounced off the Siberian coast, leading to a virtually ice-free northeast passage by mid-July along nearly all of Russia's Arctic coastline, from the Bering Sea in the east to the Barents Sea in the west, researchers said. And I will show you from the Going South. He put this up on, this was from YouTube, but I think he has it on Facebook also. And if I don't, okay, I see. Hi, Torstein, you're in the chat. All right. So he said, bad melt day. Arctic sea ice is spreading out thin, setting it up for an even more rapid collapse in the days to come. NSIDC extent was up 92,000 kilometers. Wait. See, that's why we need Jim on tomorrow night, because I don't want to screw up my measurements. I am not the queen of measurements. I'm smart enough to understand that it's telling us we're screwed. So he says crazy people would say, this is it, guys. And that's it. So here's the graphic. And he says, final 100 days of Central Arctic ice melt. Thank you, Torstein. So this it followed a scorching month, right? And the June, when a cell of warm air produced extremely high temperatures in Siberia, which we've all talked about. Kevin's talked about. I've talked about. Jennifer. And, well, every one of us that's doing this, except for the mainstream media, maybe on the internet, which I will show you. Okay, so the Mosaic, the project, is saying in the Russian Arctic, roughly 1 million square kilometers less of the ocean is covered with ice in July than in the past 7 years. So, by contrast, ice extent north of Alaska is near the 1981 to 2010 average for this time of year. This year, temperatures on the East Siberian coast were more than 6°C warmer than the long-term average in May and June, according to Mosaic. Oh my gosh. So here's another graphic, and this is sea ice concentration. It's all interesting. Again, I'm bringing Jim on tomorrow. I'm not Jennifer. I like to report this. It makes me sick to my stomach to think about it, because to me this is the big one. And in June, the warming also intensified sea ice retreat in the Laptev Sea, a phenomenon that spread to the East Siberian Sea in early July. By mid-July, this had progressed to such an extent that the Northeast Passage was completely open for the first time in 2020. Yep, they can. Oh, there go those oligarchs, man. Let's just make that money. Hi, Your Environment Seattle. He has a real name, but I'll let him tell you. Anyhow, thing is, it's just all about money, honey. That's what it is. And we will melt the Arctic, and we will continue destroying everything in our way. Now, the Washington Post, I like when they say democracy dies in darkness, because I feel dark. And I don't feel depressed. Like, oh my God, depressed. I feel dark. And a lot of you probably feel dark. Especially when you understand the seriousness of wildfires, and like they say. Now, but this is the Capital Weather Gang. So in the Washington Post, who reads it? This is not your local news. I do watch the local news every now and then. There's nothing on the local news. Absolutely nothing. So wildfires, record warmth, and rapidly melting ice. Arctic climate goes further off the rails this summer. Records shattered in Siberia, Svalbard, Nunavut, and other areas. Study points to historic shifts. Historic. So you see that surface meltwater, the blue on the glacier in Svalbard, Norway? From a satellite on Monday. The Sentinel-2 satellite on Monday. That's amazing. This is amazing stuff that we can see it. I'll never get there. By the time I get there, it'll be all melted, and I'll be probably sent up there to have my ashes spread. Tourist time, will you spread my ashes? I'm no joke. I'll have my daughter mail them to you. At least some of them. The Arctic summer of 2020 is one that has been marked by raging fires in the far north, with smoke extending more than 1,000 miles downwind, along with alarming new temperature records and ice melt. While rapid Arctic climate change is not exactly news, I beg to differ, because to some people, the clueless moron contingent, especially in the United States, they probably can't even put the Arctic on a map. The region is warming at about 3 times the rate of the rest of the world. The manifestations of this phenomenon are increasing in severity, scope, and societal consequences. Oh boy. And then they also then go on. They have the oil spill in Russia's Arctic that Jennifer and I have been talking about since it started. Since the what does Putin want to say? He wants to blame Norilsk metal. He wants to blame them for not taking care of their big containers for the diesel. You know, like, okay, they probably cut corners, put the shits on melting permafrost. And it exposes, they have an article, it exposes risks for Moscow's far north plans. I wonder how the Russian people like us, I wonder what if they care, you know. Hi, Schutzy. It's great. 46 here. I don't know how many people are on I haven't shared or done anything, but I am multi-streaming, and I am on Facebook, but the Facebook crowd, I didn't do anything with it. Anyway, so another one is, they talk about the Svalbard archipelago, one of the fastest warming places on Earth. We'll never get there. I'll never get there. We'll get there. We're melting rapidly because of the pilot assist. It's not ironic. Here we are. We're talking in the Washington Post about how fucked we are, and here we are. But you can stay centered with the pilot assist. Okay, let's go run out and get one. The 2020 XC90. Yeah, so we can do some more mountain, can't we? At the same location, overnight temperature failed to fall below 62.2 degrees on the 25th. So it didn't, it's setting a record for the warmest low. So these pictures are pretty awesome. Here's another one. You see, I wonder if I could go bigger on this one. Comparison of the images in Norway on July 27th, 2019 versus 2020. It really is pretty. See, you really can see. I don't know if you can't see my pointer, but, and then I'm not going to read the whole thing. You get it. While the wildfire emissions set records. I hope this sets you up to bring questions for tomorrow. And then each day, the smoke containing planet warming greenhouse gases had poured into the air. So even with the shutdown from the pandemic, does it really matter? Does it really matter? On many days during July, that milky sheen of smoke can be seen in a lot of places, but through the satellites. You know, I don't care what anybody says. Yeah, Jeff Bezos, ugh. Yeah, oligarchs, yuck. But boy, they've got the money, some of these papers, to get some damn good journalism done. And journalists, I don't think that do weather and climate change. A lot of them, at least in these kind of publications, are not shills. Not like a Michael Schellenberger shill, you know. Okay, so I'm going to go to the next one. You got that. This is science focused. This is a different little one. I found this one also on Facebook, and I want to see what you guys are doing. And I don't even know how long I've been on. I didn't want to make this a too very long one, since tomorrow night will be the pretty good discussion. So this one is, and I can't get rid of this promo nonsense. Oh, the advertising. Everything computer related today too. Climate change. Arctic heat wave temperatures reach possible all-time high. So they're talking about this too. The UN Weather Agency warned that average temperatures in Siberia were 10 degrees Celsius above average last month. A spate of exceptional heat that has fanned the devastating fires in the Arctic Circle. So it's all the same stuff. It's just these different online venues. And here in this science focus, they've got effects of emission cuts on climate change may take decades. Duh. Who didn't know that? What it was, and what was nice during the shutdown, but I liked, was not seeing the cap trails, you know, capitalism trails from the airplanes. Oh, and there's something I saw today, just as an aside. I cannot, I don't know where this came from, but it was on Twitter that, it has a drop off as I move away. Okay. That's what I need to hear from you guys. I'm getting used to this. Ed said, Sandy, that mic has a dramatic drop off as you move away. So I guess I have to be on top of the thing. Or get a sound mixing board, which I have absolutely no money for. This software has one, though. I can make it a little bit louder. Thank you, Ed, for telling me that. So my story was about, I read on Twitter that supposedly Donald Trump and the EPA, Wheeler, are going to try to set some standards for emissions on airplanes. I have to get more of that. I saw it. I almost fell off the chair. They had a conference call with a Boeing and another builder. There's something up. It's a good thing, but there's something up. I just can't believe that, Donald Trump, as much as I didn't want to talk about it, him would want to do anything to reduce emissions when, what are emissions doing? But he did say clean air. He must have a friend in some agency that's going to make, some organization in there that's going to make money off this somehow. So this was science focus. And this was a sad one. On Twitter, just spent 2 days listening silently to a remote Alaska conference, largely consisting of Native Alaskan Inupiaq elders discussing what the hell they can do about the Arctic pack ice melting, their entire world changing, commercial fisheries and shipping moving in. We've been good stewards of this environment for millennia, and now what can we do? And I see you guys are talking about what I can do with this mic after it's configured. Somebody's going to have to help me. That's all. It's new. Thank you very much. Because part of this was this mic thing. I got to be on top of it. It's obnoxious. But I'll learn. I just thought it would make my voice clearer than just the headset. But I really appreciate you guys helping me with this. Maybe I got to get one of those things that hangs up and comes down. And, I can do that. But thank you. Okay. No, I can't believe that, Kim. I just can't believe I can't get I can't stand not having the chat. Ugh, technical difficulties. Technical difficulties. All right, so this is from the UN. And again, it's the same thing dramatic Arctic fires and sea ice melt. And I have a little clip for you. I don't think I showed this yet. I'm gonna. It's very quick little thing. So I didn't make that. That was from the World Meteorological Association, and it says we need something. What is that something? What is that something? You guys know? What is that something? Okay, let's pull up the last thing I have, and it was okay. We're gonna go to Baghdad. We're going from the Arctic to Baghdad. I decided that I would bring this one up from the Washington Post. Okay, sorry, wait, I gotta make sure I stay right on top of this thing. I have to show you this because that's hot, right? 125 blistering degrees in Baghdad, highest temperature on record. So while the Arctic is melting, the people in Baghdad are melting. And extreme heat hits the Middle East. And you can see for yourself. It's the Washington Post with their reporters, Matthew Capucci and Mustafa Salim. And I bet if I clicked on those, we could see, he's the Capital Weather Gang, meteorologist. Why don't they, they really ought to hire Nicholas. I think the Washington Post is missing out not hiring Nicholas Humphrey. So the Middle East has been plagued. The mercury soaring to extreme levels during a blistering and unforgiving heat wave. Baghdad surged to its highest temperature ever recorded Tuesday. That preliminary high of 125.2 degrees in Iraq's capital city shatters its previous record of 123, which was set in 2015. On Wednesday, Baghdad followed up with a temperature of 124. Can you imagine this? I can't. I sit here in my little, idyllic little world, and people all around it are not having an idyllic little time. I mean, I did have an idyllic little tornado 3 years ago, which sucked. But anyway, I can't imagine it. Now, I've heard Phoenix is pretty hot too. This year, hotter than what people are used to. But this is what people are doing. And they don't have a ton of water either. The crippling heat forced many residents indoors, and street sellers had to seek whatever shade they could find. With the state electricity grid failing, many households were relying on generators to power fridges, fans, or air conditioning units, the machines adding a guttural hum to the city's already noisy streets. Gee, didn't Halliburton set them up? I thought Halliburton set them up. Didn't do a very good job, did they? Wow, look at that. 2 protesters were shot dead by security forces Monday during demonstrations over a lack of electricity and basic services amid the heat wave. Huh, where did they learn that? In nearby Lebanon, where a nationwide electricity crisis has left much of the country with less than 3 hours of state provided power per day, coming to a country near you, the cost of a generator has doubled, leaving many households to go without. Wow. It's just so it's tragic. And these are the things that need to be discussed on mainstream media much more than Trump's golf swing. Record experts Maximiliano Herrera tweeted that a location about 30 miles east of Beirut registered at Lebanon's highest temperature record on Tuesday, 113.7. It's just horrible for the people that live there, the animals, the wildlife. Can you imagine? The excessive heat can be attributed to a ridge of high pressure anchored over the Middle East, drifting west over the Red Sea towards Egypt. So save your questions. We'll talk to Jim about this. Environment Seattle. Does Lebanon have wind, solar? We don't build it. They will keep burning oil and coal. If we don't build it, are we done building? We're not building our own country. We don't build up our own country. But it's always all right to build up another country because we can always bomb them again and have Halliburton go in and rebuild them. Isn't that what we do? Okay. So that's it for my articles today. I just wanted to go over that we have some serious problems. Orange Mad Bad is one of them. But this is the biggest one. The weather. Climate change. What's happening around the world? Bring your questions for Jim, please, tomorrow night, okay? Bring your questions, and I thank you for coming and listening. It's been one of those days. I just had to get it out with the Arctic. I read Sam Carana. You know, a lot of people say, well, who is Sam Carana and all that? But I still look at I don't even think I can pull them up, but I look at the graphs and I look at the measurements. Wade, he says, well, thanks for cheering me up. And, okay. Since I can't. Hi, Hoople's cat. Climate change? More like climate failure. Yeah, climate failure. Okay, who is Jim that we will be talking to tomorrow? Jim Massa has a YouTube channel called Science Talk with Jim. I think I'll put the link up so you can watch. Jim Massa. You can watch a video by him, and then you can see his channel. He needs subs. He's like a science teacher. When you watch Jim's videos, he's very knowledgeable. I learn. Like I'm in class. I like it. He's different from Paul Beckwith. Everybody that I enjoy has their own flavor, but they're all teachers. And it's a good thing. It's a really good thing. So we'll have him on. A TCR says his channel's awesome. Man, I hate not having the chat. Really stinks. And what is a tour sign going south? 8C is sweet. Hardanger used to be 8C in summer back in the day. And Rich Diana says Carana pulls no punches, whoever he is. Right. I'm saying whoever he is because I asked him. I said, you do want to come on with me? And I said, why don't you let me have like the big scoop? I said, even if you like put a hoodie on and I think I asked him when we were having during the pandemic, put a mask on, nobody has to see you. No, turn me down because at least right now he turned me down, whoever it is, because I chit chat on Facebook with Sam Carana et al. All right, so guys, thank you very much. We'll see you tomorrow night. And I see. If you could slide the mic over a little, we can see you fully, completely. It will still sound great. You mean I don't know. Like this? I will learn. I've never used a mic like this before. So I'm learning. If you look at the channel and you look at Facebook and you look at the videos from, let's say, 2015, 2016, it's a hell of a lot different than it is now. But I can't really afford technology, big technology. I really can't, even though I really could use a better signal. But, when you have an upload speed of 3, you got a problem. So, everybody, peace out. Good night. Thanks for coming. And we'll see you tomorrow night, 9 o'clock Eastern. It should be a pretty good show. It will be a pretty good show. Bring your questions. All right. Peace out. Bye.